Facebook, Instagram family, what's good, what's good? This is Lee for Lee Fitness, Spirituality, Tarot, and Astrology. Good morning to you guys out there. Today I want to talk about relationships and energy and how simple it is to break this down, okay? Because, guys, there's only 2 weeks left to get it right, okay? Before you start realizing that 2021 is going to be just like 2020 if you don't realize what's going on in your life. I have a video coming out after this one called Life Cycles, and all of you guys need to watch this because this is a major problem in society, life cycles. But what I want to talk about is relationships and energy, because we have a real problem understanding that manipulation in our beliefs, it's what's causing us a major societal and world problem with us communicating as people in any form. Relationship, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, father, whatever it is, because it's all based on energy. So I'm going to break this down to you in the most simple form, using astrology and using nature to show you why your relationships, the ones who have been in turmoil for years and you keep trying to fix, or this new person you just met and y'all keep arguing and y'all sitting there trying to fix it, about to go into a 15 year toxic friendship or relationship. I'm going to show you why. So let's talk about water and earth, okay? The actual element, water and earth. And then we're going to talk about water and earth signs. So, water. We all know what water is. It is the number one mineral in the world. It's the number one mineral that your body needs, water. The water signs are Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, okay? Let's go to Earth. Earth is the foundation that we live on. So we must have foundation, everybody, okay? So the Earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio, okay? Now, when you put water and earth together, you're either going to get two things. You're either going to get life, which is the water, and the earth creates flowers, trees, plants, or you're going to get the opposition, which is mud, okay? None of these elements, water, earth, or mud, causes friction with anybody. It doesn't challenge you unless you involve yourself in it. You don't get dirty unless you play in dirt. You don't get wet unless you get in water. So you have to initiate the problem with water and earth on any level, okay? The only time water and earth will become challenging to you is when it involves fire and air, okay? Air being what we need to breathe. We need air, oxygen to breathe. But air in astrology is also intellect. So we need air. But air can be challenging as well, because air can be very smooth. Like you say, oh man, I love that breeze. I love the breeze. Or air can be a hurricane or a tornado. So you got to look at the aspects. So when we go to fire, fire the same way. But fire is challenging all the time. You can never touch fire. Think about that. Fire is challenging all the time. But fire cannot exist without air. So you need fire and air to exist, and you need water and earth to exist. They don't need each other. Remember that. So air is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Fire is Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Okay? They do not need the water and earth signs. They don't need them at all for anything. This is where the incompatibility comes in. Fire never needs water. Water never needs fire. And we even have this problem with our children because we have mixed energies that are not compatible, and we're totally naive of what we need to do to get along. And the birth natal chart has shown me all these discrepancies in people, even in myself. I had to correct myself first before I can give y'all the information. I used the birth natal chart for 4 years before I even told y'all what I discovered. That's why this research can't be stopped. There's nothing anybody can tell me about astrology that or some other thing, because they don't have any proof of anything. It's just theory. I don't do theories and beliefs. I don't. There has to be rock, granite, solid proof that something exists. There's no other spiritual culture other than astrology that has something that physically, tangibly explains who you are energetically. And if you have it, please contact me, because I'm willing to discuss anybody's view when you have facts. I ain't doing emotional arguing. When you just arguing with emotions and I'm showing you facts, and then you'll tell me I ain't reading my chart, because, well, if you're not doing that, what are we arguing about? Or what are we even discussing? Because if you tell me you have facts, I'm going to look it all over. But I tell anybody, if you want to discuss with me, you have to read your chart, or we don't even talk. Because I'm going to read your information. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I don't believe. That's not it. I'm not doing that. But I don't want to get off the topic. But this is the issues I run into with relationships. And this is why people are going to struggle, because they're stuck in a system and a belief that has never, ever worked for them. They just keep trying over, doing the same thing that is not tangible. And it's not going to work. So, guys, this whole month, relationships are going to be under a serious, serious strain, because the video I'm about to do, Life Cycles, is going to explain why this is happening. We are coming to the end of an era of energy. We've been in Earth energy for 200 years. And now we're going into air energy for 200 years on December 21st. And if you are still in Earth mentality, and I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. Anybody who was born between 1991 and 1995 or 96, this is your Saturn return. You're getting all your karma back. You're right in the middle of it. The people my age, we're getting all the karma back from 1991 to now. Everybody. And you must clear that karma by December 21st, because we're going into an entire different era. The era that we're in now, the age we're in, it's over. We're going into the age of technology and spirituality and astrology. Aquarius rules all that. And that's the age we're going into, Aquarius. People are not going to be into... Look, 2 years from now, Jordans might be out of style. Maybe even a year. I'm an Aquarius. I never owned a pair of Jordans. I can care less about Jordans. That's what's going to be the mentality of the world. Because it's the old order, and Aquarius represents change, freedom and independence, rebellion and separation from what doesn't make sense. But that's going to be in my next video, Life Cycles, and it will be out today. But relationships, guys, if you are a person that is really in a relationship where you've just been rationalizing toxicity over and over again, he said he was sorry and all of this, and it just you better get your life together and get that birth natal chart, compatibility reading, personal reading. Get the readings, y'all, because you can't sit there for so much longer. It's going to get intense and intense. Let me just tell y'all something. New Year's Eve, we got not New Year's Eve, but 2 days before, the 29th, we got a full moon in Cancer. Cancer rules the emotions, and the moon rules Cancer. So it's going to be very emotional for those who are in toxic relationships or friendships. We got this new moon in Sagittarius next week that's going to be just as intense because we have to clear the old to make room for the new. Listen, y'all, December 17th all the way to January 6th, almost every planet in the universe is going to zero. It's a complete reboot, start over. New things, new ideas. You can't be stuck from 1991 to now. And it's a lot of people 10, 20 years behind the timeline because of decisions they haven't made that they should have made 10 years ago with relationships and friends and jobs. They still stuck 5, 10 years off the timeline. The timeline totally changes December 21st. Okay? So guys, if you want a compatibility reading, better DM me. Because a lot of people are not going to get this message, and when they do get it, a lot of them it's going to be too late, because I keep telling people, my life is changing very fast. There's a lot of people coming in that I don't know, and they're offering opportunities, travel, all of that. But right now, I'm dedicated. I'm not ready for none of that because I'm still growing as a person, and I'm still learning astrology. When I get to, I know where I want to be at before I start taking offers like that. But guys, stabilize yourself right now, because it's this, the old order as we know it is over. Okay? Libra, Pisces, okay? Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, relationships for you guys, you better clean it up. Okay? So this is Lee for Lee Fitness, Spirituality, and Astrology. Again, guys, water and earth only becomes unstable when fire and water gets involved. It's not compatible. And a lot of y'all have fire going against water, earth going against air. Can't communicate. You don't have nothing in common but sex and good times. There's no relationship and there's no compatibility that can form the 4 foundations. And that's why your foundation is rocky. So this is Lee. All the information you need is below. One love.